Yes, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is well. It's the day after the defeat away at Sunderland, and we've just been hit with even worse news that Cristian Romero is going to miss the remainder of the season. We've only got 3 games this month, but it feels like hell right now in the Tottenham world. We've got a familiar face on who done a lot of content with in the past, and now we've decided to come on and chop it up and talk about the remainder of the season and the Derby. But I wish I could bring you on in better times and we could talk about some positive stuff, but it feels like it's all doom and gloom. Tobes is back. How's things, mate?
I think I am on the verge of a mentee B. If you don't know what a mentee B is, it's a mental breakdown when it comes to football. I'm on the verge of a mental breakdown, honestly, because this infiltrates my everyday life. It does. People say, "Oh, you can switch off football." I can't.
No, you can't.
It's literally my second job, and it's your second job as well. So
yes, this is the gig for me now. This is it. Football content. When it annoys me when the missus says, "Oh, it's just a game," and I'm sitting there going, "No, it's not," because now my entire week is WhatsApp messages, it's DM saying, "You lot are finished. Go and talk about Arsenal." Like it's just jarring at this point. It is. But look, make sure you go down, drop a like on the video. Make sure you get over to Tobes' channel. I'll probably do a collab, so it will be pinned. I want to start with the Romero. Before we get into yesterday's defeat, we've had some big news come out from Fabrizio in the last hour or so, and he's come out and said the following: that Romero, he's pretty much seasoned. He's done and dusted. 6 to 8 weeks out. You know, suffered a ligament injury. Big miss. I know he didn't have his best game against Sunderland. He hasn't been our best performer recently. And I said to you in the group chats, and everyone's frustrated at the moment, and you kind of take your frustration out on different players. And I feel like he's getting a lot of it. And as much as I want him dropped, and as much as I want him sold at times, it now means that Dragusin or Danso is going to come in for the remainder of the season, which doesn't fill me with any confidence, and probably you any confidence whatsoever. But like, what do you make to the people that are saying, "Oh, like he deserved to be dropped"? Obviously, now he's going to miss games. What do you kind of make of this injury and the fact that Dragusin or someone else is coming in?
I think earlier on in the season there was definitely justification in dropping him when there was the luxury to rotate, bringing in Danso into the team, because I actually think Danso is I think he's a solid third choice centre back. Like that's his MO. He comes into the team for a couple games here or there to steady the ship. He's good at winning aerial duels, ground duels. He's okay at. He's not good on the ball, but he's not horrendous either. Like he's just about okay, right? Oh, sorry. He's okay enough that we can do with his deficiencies on the ball. But the Romero injury for me is pretty simple. We are better with him in the team than without. No matter my views on him and how bad he's played, and trust me, you've seen my videos. I have screamed all sorts of swear words and abuse and all of this.
Head loss completely.
To a certain extent anyway, not like below the belt abuse, but like it's all been justified. But like I've criticized him heavily because I do believe he's been appalling for the most part this season for us. He has been, and as our captain, he has not led by example. He's actually been a pathetic captain, if I'm being brutally honest. But the bare fact is this: he is our best defender. He is our best defender. He's better than Mickey van der Ven. He's better than Danso. He's better than Dragusin. And in a period where we're fighting to save our lives, I want him on the pitch than off the pitch. I do. And even yesterday, Sunderland, I was angry when I did my post-match reaction. But if I take a step back, I don't actually think he was bad against Sunderland. I think he popped a couple passes through the lines. I don't think he was amazing either. He made one challenge which I felt was typical Romero. Some say he got the ball
in the first half where he ran out against Robbie.
Some say he got the ball, but he does that thing where he charges out, and if he misses it, gives away a foul, gives away too many fouls. But the point I'm making is I don't think we lost that game because he did something bad. Now, I'm not saying that that's the benchmark that we need to aspire to, but what I'm saying is when you look at what he brings to the team, no other centre-back brings those assets to the team. Not just the aggression, but the the quality on the ball, being able to read the game better than others out of possession, and being able to play with the ball in possession. I think it's an outright indictment that our defenders are the ones tasked with progressing the ball than our midfielders. Our centre back Romero, to a certain extent, is passing the ball better than our midfielders. Now, nobody's asking
the
him to
majority of
charge.
our midfielders.
Exactly. Nobody's asking him to charge forward constantly and chase a goal. I don't know who's asking him to do this support striker thing. Like, he needs to.
Yeah, that run he made yesterday. I'm thinking if we lose the ball there,
yeah, but that's the carelessness that he has had to, that we've seen on occasion this season, multiple times this season. That's pissed me off. But the reality is, he is our best defender. When we're in the trenches, we need our best players available. We're already at a serious deficit in basic technical play on the ball. So the last thing we needed was to lose one of our most technically gifted players in possession, which is a centre back, which tells you everything you need to know. That tells you everything you need to know about the state of our squad right now, that a centre back is one of the most technically proficient players that we have at this point in time. So for me, that's a huge blow. Now, my last point in this is the vindictive side of me when I found out that he could be injured was, you know what, sod him for the World Cup. I don't care that he's missing the World Cup. I don't care. I support Tottenham. I don't support Argentina. And when I saw those tears yesterday, those didn't look like tears of...
That would definitely, I'm going to miss the World Cup tears.
Exactly. Those weren't tears of, oh, I'm not going to be here for my team and they're going to go down tears. Those are, I'm going to miss the World Cup tears, because I don't believe that it's fair that the likes of Romero, Mickey, Solanke, or whoever that could be looking for moves away this summer, irrespective of what happens, get to just swan off into the sunset. You have been a big part of this mess. You need to stay and face the consequences. So I didn't really care too tough about him missing the World Cup. But I want to stay up, Henry. I want to stay up. And in order for us to stay up, we need the best of our best players available. We do.
You know what it is for me? I said this the other day on a video. I said it doesn't matter if you were Levy in or Levy out or Inick in or Inick out, or you're back in Zerbi or whatnot. We all want the same thing right now for the first time in a long time, which is to stay in the Premier League. Yeah. And we have got a tough run of games, right? Brighton are second in form in the league. I think only Arsenal have got more points in the last 5 games, right? We then have to play Wolves away, where we haven't beaten Wolves in 5 or 6 games. We then have got to play Villa away, and they've moved the Leeds game to a Monday night kickoff. My thing is, where I'm sitting at right now, if we don't go and beat Brighton on Saturday, because the fact that Wolves have got Burnley and Leeds have Forest have got Burnley, Leeds have got Wolves, and West Ham at the moment, I'd actually back them to go to Palace and beat them, because Palace have got conference on Thursday. So if we don't beat Brighton on Saturday, where we've had more managers this season than home wins, look, I don't want to be coming on here and negative. We're all frustrated. We're all feeling shit, right? But at the same time, there is no way out for me, because Leeds, Forest and West Ham all have more fight, right? If you're talking player quality, with a fully fit squad and everyone having a fully fit squad, everything, we shouldn't be in this position. But we don't have a fully fit squad, and we've got 2 fucking idiots in Lounge and Vinay, who, when we had injuries in January, like, go out there and bring Conor Gallagher in and an 18-year-old left-back Sousa. Do you know how much? I don't know if you saw what I put in the group chat yesterday. It's going to cost his football club 92 million euros on Conor Gallagher's wages and the transfer fee. That alone, and I'm not just saying it's not all about Conor Gallagher, right? But that in January, when you had an injury crisis and a manager that was way out of his depth, is the icing on the cake for me. And now we're in this situation. I don't know if you're into basketball or whatnot. Another thing that really pisses me off is Jason Tatum and the Boston Celtics did his ACL on the same day, right?
Yeah, he's back. He's back.
He's played 8 games for the Celtics. Kulusevski might not even play the World Cup now, they're saying.
Yeah.
Like 11 months ago, we was in Bilbao on the verge of playing a Europa League final. Now, we're 18th. And I'll be honest, look, like I said, I don't want to be negative and all that, but these are the games we have got coming up. And this run
It's not negative though, because we need to snap out of this or being negative. Listen, it's not negative.
I know like you're running into plenty of people on Twitter, but I don't want to be coming on it all the time bashing these players. But at the same time, what is there to be positive about right now?
Listen, we're gonna have to hope that these players remember that once upon a time they were part of a team that did function better than this. Okay, even if you weren't like an amazing side, you were able to function better than this. We're gonna have to hang our hopes on that and hope that some players play above their level. They're gonna have to play up.
Do you think they can though? Like right now, with
no, I don't, and that's why I believe we're going down, unfortunately. But
and if we do go down, best believe me when I say this, we ain't coming up immediately. It's a £420 million loss on this football club if we go down, and that's without players leaving.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I know the financial ramifications, right? So, if we were to go down, we would have to come back up immediately, because if you let those losses fester for more than a year with the operational cost to run that stadium, okay, yeah, you can make all the profits and whatnot, but without that Premier League revenue and some of the sponsors that we stand to lose to offset the debt, to offset the OPEX, to offset the capital expenditure, bruh. Anyway, yeah, it's looking spooky, man. It's looking spooky, and that's why I said I'm dejected, bro, because like I genuinely believe we're going down. I do, and I'm gonna need to see something different to change my mind drastically next Saturday. I'm going to be at the game against Brighton. I'm going to need to see something different. I'm going to need to see.
Do you think he'll change the system? Do you think with Romero being about, we might go to 3 at the back? Because
I don't think you'll go to a 3 at the back per se. I don't really see how that benefits us as well, to be honest. At home, I think losing an extra body in the midfield and an attack to compensate for the defense, nah, I can't see that happening. I do think there'll need to be an adjustment in how we play, because Romero is not going to be the one that can build. I feel like there's going to be more of an emphasis on Pedro Porro on the ball, for sure. I'm hoping that the likes of Mickey van der Ven can step it up in terms of his ball progression through the lines. I'm hoping that Danso can try and step it up with the ball progression through the lines, but I'm hoping I feel like Danso in parts this season has been a safer pair of hands than Romero, and I'm hoping he can offer us that against a tricky customer in Danny Welbeck. But for me, where the game will be won and lost is the matchups on the flanks and the midfield battle. I think he has to get the midfield.
What midfield would you go? Because this 3 number 8 system, Bergvall in the 10, it doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me playing Solanke up top right now and Richarlison on the left. Like, I know he divides a lot of opinion, but I would give Tell a game personally against Brighton. I also would Richarlison on his own.
Henry, there's no debate. There's no debate. There's absolutely no universe where
why is Xavi on the bench?
Listen, a lot of people are saying, "Oh, 3 managers have benched him. Oh, there must be something behind the scenes." I don't care what is going on behind the scenes. There is absolutely nothing you can tell me that's going on that will make me say, okay, cool. Yeah, it makes sense to play a 19-year-old number 8 in Bergvall in the 10. Or it makes sense to play a 24-year-old number 8/number 6 like Sarr in the 10. Or there's nothing you can say to justify.
So why do these managers keep doing it? Like, is it because they're good trainers? Is it because they're working hard? Like, it must be. Let's be honest. Those 3 midfielders they're not out and out defensive midfielders, and they're not out and out creative midfielders. And you've got a defensive midfielder in Paulinho and a creative midfielder on the bench. So we're not UEFA B licensed coaches, right? We're not fucking brain surgeons. But common sense would dictate that this 11 you can't play that against Brighton, because we will get eaten alive.
Yeah, you can't play that against most Premier League teams because you get eaten alive, because the profiles outside of the back 4, the back 5, the profiles are all over the shop, right? Archie Gray is a lone 6. Nope, doesn't work. His best performances for Tottenham this season has come in a double pivot, where it's been a double act alongside Pat Matar Sarr, who's a number 8. Conor Gallagher in the team, full stop, shouldn't even be allowed, right? He is nowhere. No. Big man think he's a terrible player. In possession, he's weak. He's pathetic. His passes, they bobble. When he's receiving the ball, he receives it at a crazy angle. Every single time, his first instinct is to play it backwards. You can't combine with that player. There's no business having that player in the midfield because you cannot build you can't keep possession or build any sort of rhythm with a midfielder like that in your team. So already, Archie Gray isolated in the six doesn't work. Conor Gallagher playing all together doesn't work. And then Bergvall, we've seen playing as the most advanced midfielder. It does not work. There's probably been sparing moments, like probably 2-3 games max this season, where I think, okay, Bergvall's played in an advanced position and he's played well. Like Newcastle away, and I can't remember the other one. I think it was Fulham. But even Fulham, his influence came when he dropped as the 8. So for me, it's pretty simple, right? We are gonna have the only player who should be playing in the 10 and should be playing consistently is Xavi Simons. It's Xavi Simons. He has to play consecutively from now to the end of the season. I don't want to hear it. I don't care how shit he's been. I don't care. At this point, we need to win. In order for us to win, we need to put our best foot forward. In order for us to put our best foot forward, it means we need to have our best players on the pitch. And whether people like it or not, he's been terrible this season. But he is our best fit number 10 at this point in time. Because, spoiler alert, there are no other fit number 10s. We have
if you play him in the 10, what would be your front three?
So for me, it will have to be Richarlison through the middle. Solanke should be a sub. He cannot be starting games for Tottenham. The guy has been a car crash of a player recently and has actually been a flop of a signing, if we're being honest. He can't start. He should come off the bench. So I think
you go Tell on the left, yeah, and who would you play on the right?
I'd go Tell on the left. I'd go Xavi Simons through the middle, and then on the right, surely there's got to be some sort of academy play that we can play here. I'd try and see. Is there? Can we?
The only other option I see a lot of people say, and it was infuriating, but it's another option. I don't think he'll play an academy player in this game because it's too much pressure. And if the academy player doesn't perform, it would just be a scapegoat. The two options you've got is if you play Solanke up front and Richarlison on the right, which is again poor, or the other option is you use Spence and Porro.
No.
And you move one of them further forward.
Nope.
Pedro Porro, or you play 2 up front.
No. What I would do is, I hate him playing in advanced positions, but I might have to chuck Bergvall on the flanks. Honestly, I don't want him. I think where he's out wide, then he doesn't have the responsibility to be the one that's knitting things together through the middle. Maybe then he can float, and at least if he's really playing right, he can tuck in, he can invert, and then you put him central, right? Because we've done it before when he played off the left and Xavi played through the middle, and they were interchanging. You can put Bergvall as the right-sided player, but really he's tucking in. He's playing as like a cam, like a central attacking midfielder alongside Xavi Simons. And then at least there we have a box. We have Bergvall, Xavi, Gray, and then one of Sarr or Palhinha. I think for this game, I'd probably start Palhinha. I'd either start Palhinha and Sarr, or I'd start Palhinha and Gray. Right?
So the only two play, if you start Palhinha and Sarr, you're not going to throw Archie Gray out wide. It'd be ludicrous. So
you wouldn't throw. So I'm saying I'd put Gray on the bench. Is what I'm saying. It has to be Gray. I think it has to be Gray and Palhinha or Sarr and Palhinha. I think for this game, whilst my preference is a double pivot of Sarr and Gray, I think just to sort of win duels, it has to be Palhinha. And I think the instructions should be minimized for Palhinha. Win duels, give it to Sarr.
Don't start charging up the pitch.
Don't start doing all these diagonals and whatnot. And it's a struggle because sometimes this guy can play some diagonals, but sometimes he struggles to play 5-yard passes. I think we need to make it very simple for him. Break up play, distribute. break up play, distribute, and distribute over short distances. Don't kill yourself with long distances. Let Sarr or Gray be the
And
one
you've got
to
to sit in
progress.
position as well, not start moving about trying to get involved, because he is a bit of a passion merchant, isn't he? You score that goal he scored against Wolves at home, ripping his shirt off, going absolutely okay. It was a fantastic finish, but we just need an element of calmness, because this, I'll be honest, the way Brighton are playing with that, is it Ayri with Gross as a double pivot? Danny Welbeck's on good form. I'm looking at it. I was chatting with Jack in the group chat with Mitoma, with Minter.
Minte, yeah.
Technical wingers that like to run at their man. So if it is going to be Porro and Udogie, they have got to be disciplined. Like this 3 yellow cards in the first half stuff.
I think
we can talk about how poor the referee was against Sunderland, because he was a very, very poor ref. But we have got to be composed, because the crowd, the nerves in the stadium are going to get onto the pitch. And De Zerbi it likes to have a very high pressing, mid block with a front three that press. We haven't got the players to do that right now. The most important thing is fucking get points on the board, because if we lose this game,
listen, I think the only way to win this game is to play an aggressive style. We can't just lay there and die. We have to go for the game, and I think that doesn't mean you go gung ho and basically leave yourself gaping, but it means that we will need to press. We will need to try and commit bodies forward. We will need to try and force the issue with the ball on occasion. We will need to try and commit bodies forward. So for me, we can't be at home and be passive. We have to go for the game, right? Go for the game, put yourself in a decent position. Then you can take your foot off the gas and try and soak up pressure, bring them onto you. The game is going to have swings and roundabouts, but we need to be able to put ourselves in the best position to actually deliver a knockout blow. You're not going to be able to deliver a knockout blow sitting off the defense.
Well, you're throwing your jab, for instance. That's what
yeah, exactly. Sitting off the team and not creating chances, not getting the ball into the right areas. So for me, put Tell off the left. He's been our strongest left winger recently. Put Javi Simmons through the middle. He's our only number 10. If you want to play Bergvall, play him off the right, but tuck him in. Let him invert and let Pedro Porro, let him bomb. Let him bomb forward and pump those crosses into the box for Richarlison to head the ball. And then Bergvall, yes, you're tucking in, but I think it's going to be up to him or Palhinha to, when Pedro Porro goes forward, you cover the space. Yeah, you cover the space so we don't get caught in transition, right? Danso, if Pedro Porro goes forward, you cover the space. I think Mickey van der Ven here is what I'm looking for, because he's not a leader for me. And make no mistake, his performances the last 2-3 months have been appalling. But you have to drill some discipline into this team. Like, there needs to be organization.
Do you think he'll be the one that gets the armband?
Yeah, he will be. Who else?
Would you give it to someone else, or would you let him? Are you happy for him to say? Because look, he doesn't lead.
There's no one else. Who else is there? There's literally no one else. Stop. Richarlison's not a captain. Who else is there?
That's the thing. Even with Romero, we don't really have a captain who can grab a team by the scruff of the neck. We don't really have anyone available right now to be vocal. The closest person we've probably got, and I wouldn't give it to him just for his passion, is someone like a Palhinha. But that is a terrible idea.
I think what frustrates me with Simmons as well is he's been rubbish, but he came off one of his best games in God knows how long against
the Champions League game,
and you just drop him. Players like that, they need rhythm, they need confidence. Like, it's clear to see he needs confidence, and most importantly, not only does he need confidence, he needs players around him. So at least the system I'm suggesting, one, he starts, he gets the nod from the manager. Two, he has players that he can combine with. He can combine with Tell off the left, and he can combine with Bergvall. And we've seen them combine together in certain games. And he can combine with Gray or Sarr, right? Get bodies in and around this guy for him to sort of, give me the ball, let me make something happen, run this way, give me the ball back. I'm going to go past this player, give it to that player. Like, we need that player. We didn't have that player against Sunderland. We didn't have that player against Nottingham Forest. And you saw that.
Do you think if we start with 3/8 again, or do you think? No, let me reword that. Do you think Solanke will start?
If we start with 3/8 and Solanke, like we did, we'll lose that game. Full stop. We will lose that game of football. We cannot start with 3-8. Javi Simmons has to play in the team. And I think in this game, you need to play Palhinha. I think the next 2 games, play Palhinha. Yeah. I think, and then I can't remember who we have after Wolves. Is it Villa? Villa.
Yeah, Villa away, 12:30.
Villa away. There, I would say, okay, you know what? Maybe you might want to play, or maybe you might bring Gray back in for Wolves, and then you play Palhinha away to Aston Villa, and then at home against Leeds, the double pivot I'm playing absolutely without a shadow of a doubt is Gray and Sarr. Gray, Sarr, Simmons. I think that for me is the best trio we can play in the midfield, with Bergvall interchanging with one of Gray or Sarr. Right, that is the best, and then it should be that should be your core 4 that you go with for the rest of the season, with only Javi occupying the 10, right? And then you can bring on Palhinha as a sub, or you can chuck him into a
just
game
bring him
here.
on to break the play up, like to relieve a bit of pressure, because
Gallagher,
2 games.
Gallagher should not be touching the pitch unless there's like 2 minutes on the clock, we've got a lead and we're just trying to close out the game, and we just need
to get someone to run the ball up the pitch, because that is all we need to do.
Literally.
So Leeds have got they play tonight, and then they play against Wolves. So before we play against Brighton on 5:30 Saturday, they would have played 2 games. But fortunately for us, well, I guess it's unfortunate at the same time, we play before Forest and West Ham do. They play on the Sunday, and West Ham play on the Monday. We haven't got the pressure of West Ham won Friday night, you're playing at the same time as Forest. We know our job now. If Leeds United beat Wolves, like I don't think they're down there mathematically, but I think Leeds will stay up. I think it's between us.
I don't, I think they can. I think they will be pulled into this, and I think it's our fault for not taking advantage. But I think
when you look at Ellen Road, it's a hostile atmosphere. We haven't got that at our ground, so I think their home games is where they'll stay up. Forest,
I think we can do the same.
I think
we can do the same. I think we've got 3 home games: Brighton, Leeds, and Everton.
And Everton by then will be on the beach, because that'll be last game of the season.
It's tough. But then you look at Leeds, they got West Ham final game of the season. That is huge. They got Brighton at home. They got us the 3rd last game of the season away. Oof.
Forest have got the toughest run. Forest have still got to play Chelsea, Man United. They've still got to play Sunderland away. And if they beat Porto on Thursday, they progress into the next round of the Europa, and that is what we can like. I don't want to cheer on another English team in the Europa League, but I hope Forest beat Porto. But look, we are going to wrap up. Just a quick question. Sorry to speak on the spot. Do you think we'll get relegated? Yes or no?
Yes.
Fuck's sakes. I was hoping you were going to say fucking. I don't know, man. I'm just trying to claw on.
I'm being honest. I do think we're going to get relegated, but this is where maybe the Zerbi's got something for me, because I'm only going.
He's got to earn his money in the day. He has to earn his fucking money now.
Yeah, but there's a limit. There's a limit to how much we can put on him because of how busted the team is. But that being said, let's see what you can do, because he's spoken about how it's a confidence thing. How are you going to G these players up? I think we can't see him make mistakes like he did against Sunderland. Make no mistake about it. The lineup he chose was terrible. It was a terrible lineup, and the subs were atrocious as well. He cannot make those mistakes again. We do not have games to waste. Every game is important. There's no throwaway game. So let's see.
Well, I'm gonna be away from Wednesday, so I'll try and put out a match reaction there. I don't know what time difference is going to be on Saturday yet, but what sort of content have you got coming out this week? Are you putting any content out before the game, or?
No, I don't do previews anymore. I just do Big Six, and then I'll put out a usual video after the game. So let's see, man. Let's see.
Oh, fingers crossed. But look, we are going to wrap up. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hopefully we get something against Brighton. See you all very, very soon.